name is Maya, that very cute girl you've probably seen before. You happen to be Kendra, right? Hey, would you give me an answer, please? Who are you again? Huh? I just told you my name a second ago. This is why I hate texting with old hags like yourself all the time. You all seem to have no idea how to frickin' read. First of all, I'm not sure who you are, Maya. In what ways are you related to me, if at all, that would have you texting me like that? Huh? God, what kind of annoying crap are you trying to pull here, you old hag? So this must make you younger than me by a bit? I am from Christian University and am a fourth-year student there. I also happen to be 21 years young. In other words, I'm a fun and outgoing college cutie still. So you're Maya from Christian University. I see. Now, would you mind telling me exactly what you want right now? All right, let me tell it to you straight. I want you to break things off with my da. Your da? What does that even mean? Are you trying to say your dad or your darling? Darling, duh. Okay. So then what you're getting at here is that you've been going out with my husband and you would like for me to divorce him for you? That's right on the mark. And what merit is there for you to be taking my husband from me? Well, I could tell you that I am deeply in love with him and would like to make him my husband. But I also need him so that my life out of college is smooth sailing. And, well, what better way to make my life go by so easily than to start dating and soon marry the head of the company's HR department? The head of the HR department? Is that what you're after? Once I've entered the company, I won't have to do a single thing in order to make a paycheck. Can I just ask you about something, just for my mind's sake? What do you want to ask? Do you have any idea what you're doing telling the wife of the man you've been secretly going out with that he's been cheating on me? Oh, right. You probably want to talk about the settlement and all that. Well, that's totally fine. I'll also be willing to give you $50,000 for the divorce as a way of paying off any settlements. So you're assuming $50,000 will be good enough for me to feel comfortable with what's happened? Yep. And considering that he is so in love with me right now, I thought it would be nice to pay for him as well, hence the total being $50,000. I think that amount is very generous of me and will allow me to marry him after. Is that right? Just so that you're aware, I'm going to save this conversation for a later date, so please don't be upset if I take a few screenshots of it. What? Why do you want to do that? All you have to do is sign the divorce papers and everything will be over with. What's the point of taking pictures of this convo? I'm sorry to break it to you, but divorcing someone isn't as easy as it sounds. I have to make sure I have proof of the fact that my husband has been cheating on me so that this divorce goes off without a hitch. Also, in a divorce, there's things like splitting one another's properties and child support if the couple has kids. Plenty of other things, too, that have to be taken into account. So this is going to be very different than when you're just breaking up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Well, I guess I'll leave all that in your hands. When it's time that I can go ahead and start filling out the marriage forms, please let me know and I'll get right on it. Huh? See you later! Gary, good morning. I'm on the train currently, so I can't call you right now about this.
Good morning, Kendra.
Have you already started to head to the office?
I actually just arrived here a second ago. Is there something you need from me?
Well, I have some information on one of the students from Christian University that's slated to join the company here soon. Would you be able to set some things up for her in advance for me?
Understood. Can I ask, though? Why do you need me to work on that now for you? Did you find something wrong about her that has led you to ask such a thing?
Well, Gary, there's a very high chance that a woman like her would not be a very good fit for this company. And considering that you are the head of the HR department, things will fall on your shoulders if things go sideways regarding her. So that's why I'm asking you to please prepare for her in advance.
Understood.
Also, I would like you, for the time being, to not bring this conversation we've just had up with anyone else until I say it's okay.
Why should I be doing that?
I just need this to remain between you and I for right now, so please just do as I've asked and I'll explain things in more detail later. I'll be out for a little bit now as I have a business meeting with one of our customers, and it won't finish up until a little bit after 11 today. Please keep a close eye on her from now on when she comes into the office.
Will do.
Hey, what's going on here? Why haven't you responded to me for the past few days now? Have you gotten anywhere in that divorce I asked you politely to deal with? I said that I'd be willing to give you $50,000 as part of the settlement for taking your husband from you. You should be so happy about that kind of money since you're nothing but a housewife and nothing else. Why are you not telling me anything, Kendra? You'd better get to it with that divorce while I'm still willing to give you this $50,000, all right? If you continue to try and resist, then I'm going to drop the amount I pay from $50,000 to just $5,000. Is that really what you want to have happen? You'll be letting $45,000 slip right through your fingers. Now, I suggest you hurry up and finish what's already been started. It's not like your husband loves you anymore anyway. Oh, and you better be completely divorced before I graduate college or else there will be some serious hell to pay. After I've graduated and am married to him, I'll be able to get into that company with no questions asked and will never have to work a day in my life for my paycheck. Now, I really don't want you getting in the way of any of that plan I've made, so hurry it up already. Then consider this the end of that informal offer you were given. What? You freaking bitch! What the hell have you done? What is it you want now? My job offer from Mills Central was voided. Why did that happen? You don't have any idea why something like that would happen? I don't, and that's why I'm asking you right now. This is about you and the head of the HR department. Have any guesses what's happened there? All I know is that I told you to get a divorce from him so that I could get married to him and he would be able to let me have free reign inside the office. What does that have anything to do with the offer being voided? Well, let me tell you why, Maya. From what it sounds like, you wanted to get into this company, my company, so badly that you were willing to go and start a relationship with the head of the HR department in the hopes you'd get to marry him? What? Your company? Why would you call it your company when you don't even work there? Wait, could you be a part-timer there or something? Not a part-timer, per se, but I am working in this company. Oh, well, that's a little bit strange. From what I was being told by Wallace, his wife is a housewife and doesn't work at all. Well, the head of the HR department here is single. What? Just a few days ago, he was divorced by his wife. Huh? Wait, what are you talking about? Why are you saying that like you weren't his wife or something? Wait, so this means you guys have gotten that divorce then? Oh, perfect. Thank you very much for that. Maya, are you sure you're not forgetting anything right now? Forgetting what? Didn't you start texting me because of your informal job offer being voided? Oh, that's right. I was thinking about the strange way you were talking and the divorce. But now that you've already gone and divorced him, there's no reason for me to chat with you anymore. I'll go talk with Wallace and have him go into the system and have me placed back into the company so that I can get my job there still. No problem at all. Maya, do you really feel that you're going to want to work for Mills Central? You were just going on about how you planned to use the head of HR as an easy way to get into the company. And you said once that was accomplished, things would be smooth sailing for the rest of your life, right? What the heck are you thinking you're doing right now? You already know what I'm thinking about right now. I know that Mills Central is one of the highest paying companies in the state. It's very famous for that one reason. But because the company is paying everyone so well, they probably have a very rigorous hiring process and work environment, right? That's where I had an idea. By starting my internship at this company in the past year, I could use my time there between studying at school to get to know all the really high-up people in the company. You know, the department heads and the managers. I'm very, very young and pretty after all, so there's no telling how many of them I can lure in to give me a break. Not only has this past year shown that a lot of the managers there are really into me, but I should even be able to manipulate the CEO. Once I've gotten that far up in the company, then I can have all the higher-ups hand my work to everyone else and I can just sit around and relax, right? No one will be able to get mad at me either for that because I'll just have their bosses fire them on the spot for it. This is going to be so easy for me and I'll be paid very well for it. That's my plan of attack, Kendra. So you think you can get even the CEO to fall into your hands? Considering I'm such a young girl who looks so beautiful, it'll be a piece of cake. Well, I'm sorry, but said cake doesn't even exist. Huh? Oh no. Now the old hag is going to get all jealous of me. Well, I can totally understand you getting all hurt by my plan now after having your husband abandon you over a little cutie like myself. But here's the thing that's really strange to me, Maya. All of you interns that we've had working here should have been informed 2 months ago that there was a new CEO elected to take over this company. What? A newly elected CEO? That's right. 2 months ago, the former CEO of my company ended up becoming very ill. Therefore, he stepped down from his position so that he could focus on his health more. And then a new CEO was elected to take his place. Huh? Well, that's not going to change what I'll be doing. I'll still make sure that new CEO falls into my hands and does as I say. No, I really don't think you should even attempt something like that. Huh? I happen to be a straight woman, which means I'm only into men. What are you going on about? Why are you talking about what direction you point in when I'm talking about the CEO? That's because I'm the newly elected CEO who was brought in 2 months ago. Really? Is that who you think you are? Wait, what? In other words, I'm the one running Mill Central now. Huh? Huh? Wait, what the? For about the past 6 months now, the idea of having that offer voided was already in the talks. Back when you took the company entrance exam, you completely bombed it by not even filling out the Scantron sheet. You just filled in the bubbles in a way that spelled, I'm in. Wait, no way. You're the CEO now? There is one other thing we must talk about here, and that's about the misunderstanding you still seem to have. I've never been married before, which means I was not the wife of our head of HR. What? But in his smartphone, there was a contact labeled Kendra, my wife, okay? That's why I was always asking you to divorce him for our sakes. That seems to have just been the wish that he had. His wish? There were a lot of times where he would flirt with me in the office before I became the CEO, and it seemed as though he really wanted to get with me. What? Which is just gross, considering he was married at the time. And even when there were talks about me becoming the next CEO, he still kept that inappropriate behavior up. Well, it seems he's a lot like you, isn't he? I think when he heard about me becoming the next CEO, he tried even harder while flirting with me to make me his new woman, because he wanted to do the same thing as you. Become involved with the CEO romantically so that he could have free reign in the company. You see what I mean? What? Well, now that you've been able to catch up on everything, let's talk about how you won't be working in my company. You failed that entrance exam, and now your offer has been officially voided. And even had you passed the exam and the offer was not yet voided, there'd be no way for me to allow your hiring considering what you just told me. You'd become a major liability here. And as for the head of HR, Wallace, we had him removed from this company. He was removed? He continued to hit on me inappropriately at work and was also having a secret relationship with one of the interns, you. So he had to go and was replaced by someone far more reliable. Anyhow, you've been given that same fate and will not be working here either. Your offer has been voided and we will no longer have you working for us as an intern. I was only given an offer from Mill Central. So, and I'm just about to graduate from college. I see. Well, then that leaves you with only a month or so to find yourself a company that will be willing to hire you soon. Do your best, and hopefully now you know that you can't just force your way into a company by manipulating those in charge. What? I'm also going to warn you that there will be a settlement coming soon for you from the ex-wife of the ex-head of HR, Wallace. What? I wish you the best of luck with your future, young lady. Wait, Kendra, that settlement, and the fact that I won't get any use out of Wallace anymore, I don't have as much money as you think. I'm just a college student and haven't even been working part-time to save any money up. How am I supposed to pay a settlement? Are you really saying that I'll have to pay his ex-wife for sleeping with him? That's how things work in the real world. That's why I'm wishing you the best of luck right now, as you're going to need a lot of it. Now, I'll be going, Maya. Wait a second. Are you really being serious about all of that? I was just taking things easy in school, passing with the minimum scores, thinking that I'd get into a company with my looks and never actually have to work. That's why I spent so much time during this last year flirting with all those higher-ups. Why is something like this happening to me? My life was supposed to be smooth sailing after I graduate. For starters, the ex-head of the HR department, Wallace, was officially dismissed from the company today and is now no longer on the payroll. The dismissal also came without a package, and his only option was to file for federal unemployment. He also will end up having to pay his ex that settlement she's asked for, wiping out all of his savings and most likely putting him into some debt. And after 2 weeks had passed, I heard about how Maya was forced to drop out of college last minute by her parents, because she wasn't even expected to graduate with the grades she had. Her last-ditch effort was making a relationship with someone inside my company and having them hire her, no questions asked. But since that plan of hers didn't work out at all for her in the end, she's now back at her parents' house working on their farm. There was also a settlement asked for from her by Wallace's ex-wife, so she'd have to pay that off. Her working on her parents' farm was not making her enough money to pay off that settlement in time, and since she didn't have a good enough credit score or anything to get a loan, she had to get another job. That being a factory job where she now works the night shift for 12 hours before coming home to work all day on the farm. That still wasn't enough for her though, so on weekends she's working part-time at a small supermarket down the road as well to make that extra little bit she badly needs. Because she has begun to work so many hours and only has time off to get about 5 or 6 hours of sleep, she's started to pick up the nickname hardly working by a lot of the people she's around after they heard about how she ended up in that position. Who knows how long she'll have to hear that name for, but it'll probably stick to her until the faraway day comes that she can move out of there. But while she's still there having to work so hard, the number one thing I hope she takes away is an understanding of how the real world works, and that there is no such thing as smooth sailing for any of us.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time. Excuse me, Abdul? Where the heck did you disappear to? Why did you go home despite still having work to do? Abdul!
Hey Zoe, sorry for the late reply. I was pretty sure I finished all my work for today. Did I miss something?
Yes, the job I asked you to do.
Huh?
I can't believe you went home without even touching it. I have to submit those files by the end of today, you know.
Wait, what? The job you asked me to do? I'm not sure I know what you mean. When was this?
I left it on your desk at about 5:40 p.m.
Zoe, that's after the end of my shift. I leave the office every day at 5:35.
What? Are you telling me you went home despite still having work to do?
I got all my work done comfortably on time today. In fact, I was pretty pleased not to have any overtime for a change.
What are you saying? How could you have gotten all your work done comfortably when there's a big fat pile of documents still sitting on your desk?
There's hardly anything I can do about work I got assigned after I went home. Anyway, this job you're talking about? Judging from the fact that deadline's today and you put it on my desk after I'd gone home, I can only assume that either the manager responsible for assigning it either forgot about it, or it was your job to begin with, which you forgot about, and upon realizing at the last minute, panicked, and tried palming it off on me like you always do. Well, am I right? Which one is it? The latter, I'm guessing?
How rude.
Whether you think it's rude or not, it's the truth, isn't it? Go on, can I get some honesty out of you for a change? You spent all your time at work playing around on your phone or fiddling with your nails. It's not an exaggeration to say I've literally never seen you work for more than 5 minutes. Which is probably why you never end up making deadlines on time and palm your projects off onto me. Not only that, but you have this strange habit of giving me stuff right before it's due for submission, so I hardly ever have a chance of getting it done on time. I hate to say this, but this kind of feels like harassment. Do you have some kind of grudge against me? On the few occasions I did have time to do one of your jobs, you invariably took the credit for my work. I find your behavior jaw-dropping, to be honest.
Oh, button it already, would you? I'm sick of your whiny attitude. Forget all that. The bottom line here is that the section manager expects to see those files on his desk first thing tomorrow morning. If you don't want to cause everyone at the office problems and jeopardize your already very weak position at this company, I suggest you get to work.
Why don't you do it yourself?
I have important business to attend to right now, so I can't. Get back to the office and get to work. Now!
You gotta be joking! I just got home!
Well, you had better make sure you set your alarm clock nice and early so you can get to the office before everyone else and get it done then.
I'm pretty sure you need permission from one of the higher-ups to go into the office early. Can't just do it as you please.
Oh, don't worry. I just messaged him.
Huh?
I told the section manager about how you ran crying to me begging for help. Because you forgot to complete the documents he urgently needs to see on his desk first thing tomorrow.
What the heck? Why would you do that? That's a lie!
Actually, thanks to me thoughtfully and conscientiously filling him in on the situation like this, you now have permission to go in early tomorrow, which means it's now officially your job. You're welcome.
Just hold on a minute.
Apparently, all the bigwigs from Company HQ in New York will be coming down to look at these documents tomorrow. So I think it's about time you pulled your socks up, Abdul. If you don't do a good job here, it'll go down as your mistake, and whatever damage the company suffers as a result will be on you.
Fine. I'll be at the office first thing.
Finally, you're behaving like a mature adult. It took some time, but I'm pleased you saw sense in the end.
Zoe, please. I have to ask you to stop doing this. Make sure that this is the last time you palm any of your projects off on me, okay? I'm only a temp employee, so there's no guarantee I'm gonna be at this company forever. Eventually, you could find yourself without anyone to run to when you're struggling. And then what?
On the contrary, I'm a full-time regular employee at this company, and a highly respected one at that. So if you dare to defy me, I could see to it that your contract gets terminated at the drop of a hat.
Excuse me?
Basically, you're my servant, you filthy agency temp. You will serve and assist me to the best of your ability during your time here. You will bend over backwards to make sure all of my needs, wants, and momentary whims are satisfied completely. It would be in your best interests to stop talking back to me from now on. I think you know why, don't you, Abdul? Good boy.
Good evening, Abdul. Is now a good time? Hello, Mr. Rollins. Sure, what can I do for you? Apologies. I try to avoid contacting staff out of work hours if I can, but I wanted to talk to you as soon as I could. That's okay. What's up? It's about the documents you came into the office early this morning to put together. I see. Was there some kind of mistake? Did I miss something important? Not at all. Just the opposite, in fact. The opposite? So you might have heard about all the top brass from Company HQ coming down today to take a look at the documents. After they did, they requested to see some of your previous work. So I had my secretary send them a portfolio of everything you've done during your time here. To quote the CEO directly, for someone talented enough to compile documents this precise and easy to understand, not to be a full employee at my company would be criminal. I've never seen anyone so emotionally moved while looking at business documents before. Everyone agreed, and they said they'd like to meet you. What do you think? Wow, well, I mean, strictly speaking, it's an interview. If it goes well, you could be given a long-term contract and become one of our regular employees. What do you say? I'd be honored to. Wow, thank you so much. Fantastic. I'll be in touch when I receive the schedule. Got it. Thanks again, boss.
Hey, Abdul, when the hell are you going to be coming back to the office? I heard you took a week's vacation. I don't know how the hell you pulled that one off. But anyway, my work piled up like crazy while you were gone. I have so much to do you wouldn't believe. I'm practically buried here. Not just that, but a good chunk of it is due for submission later today. I hope you know that if you don't hurry up and get here soon, there's a good chance you'll be taking the fall for any missed deadlines, and your reputation at this company will be in tatters.
Huh? Zoe?
Who else would it be? Who do you think you are, taking an entire week off as an agency temp? I can only assume your vacation got approved due to some kind of error. Anyway, I have 10 projects due for submission before this afternoon. See to it that those get completed first. They're all on your desk waiting for you. Get to the office pronto.
Listen, Zoe, there's something you should know. I don't work in that office anymore.
Huh? Now that you mention it, I did think it was weird that your desk was totally empty. Wait, no way. Did you get laid off before your temp contract ended?
Nope. I'm a regular employee as of today.
What the fuck?
The reason I've been off for the last week is because I've been moving house. I've been super busy with everything.
Moving house?
Yep, as of today, I work at Company HQ in New York as a fully fledged regular employee.
What? You, a regular employee? And seriously, Company HQ? How? That's impossible. How could this happen? What did you do? Did you bribe someone?
Bribe someone? You can actually be funny sometimes. I wonder if you remember. It all began 3 months ago. Remember that time you palmed off a bunch of documents on me and I had to come into the office at 3 a.m. to get them done and on the boss's desk in time? You messaged him and got me permission to go in early, right? Remember?
Well, yes, I remember, but what of it?
Apparently, the bigwigs from HQ were really impressed because of how precise and easy to understand they were. They requested the boss approach me about becoming a regular employee. And, well, that's it. Here we are.
This can't be.
I heard they did some kind of announcement in the office group chat just before I got officially hired.
It was in the group chat? I didn't see that.
Interesting. So you don't really check it then, huh?
Anyway, more importantly, I need you to hurry up and get these 10 projects done. I'll be in major trouble if you don't.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Why not?
Because I work at HQ in New York now.
What does that have to do with anything? You can't just leave us with a pile of unfinished work on your desk. Take some responsibility for once.
I took care of everything I had to take care of before I left. All I's dotted, all T's crossed, I assure you. I have no unfinished business there. Arrangements to bring in my replacement have also been made. I made sure to confirm it with both Mr. Rollins and the head manager before I left, so there's no doubt about it.
Well, you left behind some of my work. It hasn't even been started, and the deadline's today.
Yes, that's my point. The key word here being your work. Maybe it's time you took some responsibility for once. It's finally time to stand on your own 2 feet, Zoe. I warned you this would happen eventually.
Hey, you traitor. Where are the documents I asked you to get done and submitted before noon?
Excuse me?
I asked you to complete 10 projects, so you must have at least got 2 or 3 done by now. Just give me the stuff you've finished already. Anything will do, please.
I obviously haven't done any.
Excuse me, but I emailed you all the files.
You emailed them?
Everyone would have found out you were doing my work if I put them on the cloud, so I sent all the files and detailed completion specifications by email instead. Don't tell me you didn't even look.
That's right, I didn't look. I just checked my inbox and it looks like you never even sent me anything in the first place.
No way. I did. I so did. I just double-checked your email address. I most definitely did send you those files. Don't lie to me just because you can't be bothered to do them, you coward.
If by any chance, did you send them to the mail address I used back when I was a temporary agency employee?
Huh? The email address from when you were a temp?
I'm a regular employee working in HQ now, which means as of today, I'm the proud owner of a shiny new official company email address.
Huh?
They told me during my briefing this morning that I wouldn't be able to access the old email address I used back when I was a temp because it's getting deactivated. Was there no error message?
Error message? There was some kind of pop-up when I sent it, but I don't know anything about that stuff. Do I look like some kind of tech support nerd? Fine, just hurry up and tell me your new email address. Quick, we don't have much time.
We? You're cracking me up here, Zoe. Anyway, You can find my new email address on my profile page on the company's site. However, I won't be doing your work even if you send me it, so you may as well not bother.
That's not good enough. I need you to do it. No, you have to do it. I won't make my deadlines if you don't help me.
Guess what? I just had my boss contact your sales manager.
Huh? My sales manager? Why?
I had him inform your boss that one of the employees in his office is attempting to palm off their work onto an employee at HQ.
No, wait, you did what? How dare you, you miserable little agency temp! Know your place, vermin!
Seems like you forgot, but allow me to gently remind you that as of today, I am in fact a regular employee. Anyway, I think it's probably for the best you don't look down your nose at agency temps from now on, Zoe. More than that, you absolutely need to make sure you stop treating them like your personal servants and making absurd demands of them every time you're struggling with something. Because the truth is, there are countless people at this company who are more intelligent, hardworking, and better at their jobs than you, agency temp or otherwise.
How dare you be so insolent towards me!
I really don't think someone who's incapable of completing even her most basic job responsibilities, like checking the office group chat every now and then, or recognizing errors when sending mails, is in any position to be speaking to me like that.
Oh, just shut up and do my work already! How many times do I have to tell you we have 10 projects to get done by the end of today?
It's true. You sure do love repeating yourself. I'm sure you'll come up with something, though. Good luck!
Not good luck. I'm saying you have to help me. There's no way I can get through all this on my own.
This is what you get for slacking on the naive assumption someone else would always be around to pick up the pieces.
You're not helping here. I'm begging you.
Goodbye. I heard afterwards that somehow or another, with the combined efforts of the entire sales team, they managed to complete the whopping 10 projects, which had piled up beyond levels never seen before on time, handing the last one in with barely seconds to go. When they did, Zoe said,
Wow, isn't it amazing what you guys can do when you put your minds to it? Make sure tomorrow's work gets done too.
Unbelievably, she actually had the nerve to continue going home on time when guaranteed overtime had become a daily reality for every single one of her colleagues due to her laziness. Needless to say, everyone in the office was furious with her. I heard she was summoned into the head manager's office, where she was mercilessly chewed out by him and the sales manager in a grueling ordeal lasting over an hour. However, Zoe, still somehow not understanding why virtually the entire company was angry with her, started sulking, and in her pettiness decided not to go into work the next day. She was, of course, fired. Last I heard, she was going from one job to the next, unable to hold one down for long due to her abrasive personality, becoming increasingly despondent with every switch. Now, my sources tell me she lives in her mom's basement, and her transformation into a full-blown neat shut-in is complete.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.